Hi, I'm Emily. I have a crazy but true story to tell you. It's about becoming a mother, but it's also about becoming a sister. It all happened a couple years ago when I was a junior in high school. That's the year I met Joshua. He transferred to our school when his family moved here, and I had a crush on him the minute I met him. I mean, can you blame me? He was cute, funny, smart, and so sweet. I'm normally shy, but I got up the nerve and asked him out. I was so excited when he said yes. We found out we had a ton of things in common. We liked the same bands, the same foods, even the same shows on Netflix. So we started dating, and Netflix nights together became our new favorite hobby. I felt like I was the luckiest girl on earth. All our friends at school thought we were the perfect couple, and I thought I was living the perfect love story with the perfect guy. And to top it all off, my mom really liked Joshua too, so she didn't even mind me spending a lot of time with him. She was even okay when I stayed out late if she knew I was with him. I know, right? Pretty amazing. But mom and I have always been more like sisters than mother and daughter anyway. She had me when she was just 19, so she's pretty young. My dad left us when I was just a baby, so my mom took care of me all by herself pretty much my whole life. Then, when I was 13, she met Christopher. He's an amazing guy, and he and mom make a great couple, and he just fits right in as part of the family. I do think, though, that mom was kind of glad when I started spending more time away from the house, just so that she could have more time alone with Christopher. Now, imagine how lucky I felt when one day my mom asked if I would mind staying at home alone while she and Christopher went away for a couple of days. Are you kidding me? Of course that was okay. That's every teen's dream to have the whole house for an entire weekend. Josh and I hung out with friends all day, and each night we got to spend laying in bed together watching Netflix. It was awesome. A couple weeks later, though, I started getting headaches and started to feel nauseous. I thought I had some virus. Then I noticed that my period was late, but I didn't really think too much more about it. But when Joshua made a comment about my boobs getting bigger, it hit me. Okay, Emily, calm down, I told myself. But I couldn't calm down. I was scared. I went and got a pregnancy test, and yep, you got it. I was pregnant. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, a baby at 17? Oh, what was I going to do? This was not supposed to be happening. I felt like my world was falling apart and my future was slipping through my fingers. And I felt like I couldn't tell anybody. Think, what was I going to do? Then I made up my mind. Whatever happens, I'm going to keep the baby. So I sent Josh the scariest text ever. We need to talk. Poor Josh. At first, he was afraid that I was going to break up with him. When I dropped the bomb, he was shocked, even terrified. But after a while, he promised he would stand by my side. I was so relieved. We cried and then decided we had to tell our parents everything. So one night, my mom was cleaning up after dinner. I came into the kitchen and sat down. Mom, I started, gathering all the courage I had. There's something I need to tell you. And then I said it. I'm pregnant. She looked at me without a word and started to cry. At first, I didn't understand. Was she happy? Was she angry? Disappointed? Say something, for God's sake! While I sat there waiting for her to say something, I started to really take a good look at her. She looked fuller somehow, heavier. And then I thought about the super healthy food she'd been preparing for herself. I looked at her again and she said, "This is insane!" And she burst into tears all over again. Oh my God. Then she hugged me so tightly. I didn't know whether she was happy for me or whether she wanted to strangle me. But then she breathed deeply and looked at me with a huge warm smile. By then, I knew exactly what she was about to tell me. "I'm pregnant too, honey," she said. A million thoughts flew through my head. This is crazy. I couldn't say a word. I was just standing there sobbing, trying to smile, but I couldn't. I had no idea she wanted another baby. I felt jealous, and then I was disappointed that she'd been keeping it from me. How is she going to help me with my baby if she's going to have her own? I mean, everyone knows it's an unwritten rule that your mom helps you when you have your first baby, right? How is she going to be a good grandma if she's got her own child, my sister, to take care of? Seriously, Mom? How could you get pregnant now? But then I realized I was being unfair to her, and I felt ashamed of myself. I still felt confused, but I started to look at our shared pregnancies as a blessing. I wiped away my tears and hugged her, saying, "You know what, Mom? I'm really glad I'm going to be going through this with you." And you know what? It turns out that she wanted to tell me all along about her pregnancy, and she was just waiting for the perfect time to tell me. Two pregnant women living under the same roof. Can you imagine? It was exhausting for the guys, but for us, it was a real bonding experience. There were times when it turned explosive, especially towards the end when we were both huge. But despite the occasional flare ups, it was amazing to be able to support each other and to be there for each other through each stage of our pregnancies. We went to the same doctor, we scheduled our appointments together, we even went for our ultrasounds together. And the funniest thing is that we even craved the same things: ice cream, pizza, and Nutella. We laughed so hard when my mom turned to me and said, "Well, honey, at least we're gonna get fat together." Our delivery dates finally arrived, and guess what? We had our babies the same week. My daughter Sarah was born 2 days before my sister Taylor, which means she's older than her aunt. Crazy, right? That was 2 years ago. My daughter and my sister are both 2 years old now, and they look like twins. They are absolutely gorgeous. I moved in with Josh, and he's a wonderful dad. I'm so glad to have him by my side and that both of our families are so supportive. My mom is an amazing young grandmother, and she helps me as much as she can. And I help her out too. We take turns taking care of the girls so that she can spend time with Christopher and I can spend time with Joshua. All in all, I couldn't be happier with how things have worked out in the end. It turns out that being pregnant at the same time as your mom can be a good thing. And you? How would you feel if you found out that your mom was pregnant at the same time as you were? And what do you think she would say about it? Thanks for listening to my story.